responsibility-based resumes, as they used to be in the past, just don't cut it anymore. You have to have something that stands out. And the way to make your resume stand out, besides having it in a very good layout with enough white space, enough wide margins so people, if they print out your resume, can write in the sides. I'm a former recruiter, so I used to like making notes on people's resumes as well, so having a bit of white space is good. But the content itself, if you have an accomplishment-based resume, that is what makes your resume really stand out, because all things being equal, if there's somebody else who is applying for the same job as you and they have, say, a similar job title with similar experience, for example, if you're a marketing manager working within FMCG, for example, if it's responsibility-based, they'll probably be pretty much the same, wouldn't you agree? But it's the results that make you stand out from the crowd. So if you can include your tangible accomplishments in your resume, then that is going to make your resume pop and make people realize that, hey, you bring something extra to the table. So how do you actually create your accomplishment statements? First of all, I want you to think. Now, if you've got a pen and a paper, then do write it down. Get a pen and paper and write this down. I want you to start to think, have you done any of these things? Have you saved time when at work? Have you saved money? Have you streamlined a process? Have you improved profits? Have you created something new? Did you mitigate risk? Did you improve employee engagement? Did you improve any situation? Did you reduce something positively? Did you grow something positively? So think about what it is that you did that actually made a difference. Because most people say to me, oh, Jane, I just did my job. And yes, I'm sure that you did your job and you did your job very well, but don't assume that people know the results that you can get from your very strong efforts. And so what we need to do is to start to do a little bit of self-promotion. Now, a lot of people don't like to self-promote, and women in particular. I don't like to single out women, but it's true. Statistically, men, lucky men find it a little bit easier to talk about their accomplishments than women do. So come on, if you are a woman and you're watching this broadcast at the moment, be honest with yourself. Have you been reticent about really talking about what you did? Because most of the time people will say, give you a compliment and you go, oh, it was nothing. Now you've got to stop that, because if you spent a lot of time and effort to do something well, don't say it was nothing, because then you're almost belittling your own achievements. So say, yes, thank you so much. I put a lot of time and effort into that and I'm quite proud of it. That would be good too, wouldn't it? Okay, now I'm not sure how many people are actually watching at the moment, but if you are, please feel free to pop in the chat box who you are and where you are listening from, and if you've got any questions for me. Today I'm focusing on accomplishments. Now, how do you actually craft an accomplishment? Here's where you need your pen and paper again. Write this down. You need to write down the situation or problem that you encountered at work. Okay, so that's the first thing. That will be the heading, situation or problem. Then think about what the challenges were around that problem. And then write down the actions that you took as an individual or that you led your team to take to resolve that situation or problem. And then we want the tangible result. Okay, so really it's situation, action, result. Very simple. 1, 2, 3. That's the format that I'd like you to follow when you're crafting your own accomplishment statements. Okay, now you can do this over and over again as many times as you like. Good. So remember, you need to think about, when it comes to your accomplishments, what did you do that actually made a difference? If you streamlined a process, improved profits, created something new, maybe you designed and delivered something. Perhaps you designed, delivered, and facilitated something. As a result of you doing that, what was the benefit? We need to know what the benefit was. Now, the benefit could be a dollar figure improvement, or it could be a percentage improvement, or it could be a perceived improvement. Perceived improvements are okay too. Okay, so if you don't have an actual number, you can say which resulted in significant improvements in whatever area it was. Now, what this will do is it will prompt someone during the job interview to ask you, hey, tell me about that. And so then you can tell the story. Now, the good thing about this is that the accomplishment identification methodology that I've just demonstrated to you is the perfect way to answer behavioral questions in interviews. And behavioral questions are so common in interviews these days that if you've got your examples well prepared, then that means you are going to be able to answer just about any behavioral question, because each example that you have, if you analyze it, and you'll be able to do this if you request for my accomplishment identification template, which I'm very happy to send to you for free. Okay, if you've actually crafted your accomplishments, and then you have identified the different skills and personality traits that you used in order to create that positive result, then that is going to give you so many opportunities to answer a lot of different behavioral questions as well.